Welcome back to Pfispeed. In this episode, we literally go in and we trash the Civic. We get rid of all the moldy, unwanted stock parts that are in the way of us making something super successful. Before we can get into that, this video is sponsored by eBay Motors. I'm super stoked to have eBay aboard with the Pfispeed team as we take the Freedom Civic to the next level. Jared from Wrench Everyday and myself were given the task to make the SC300 and the Freedom Civic achieve their goals of 10-second quarter miles. Now, I've seen what Jared's doing, and I think he's definitely shooting for the moon. And I'm not one to slouch, so I'm gonna shoot for the moon as well. I can't wait to see them successful. But speaking of shooting for the moon, when I need all my used and new parts, I jump on eBay Motors. It's never been easier to get the parts you're looking for than it is from eBay Motors. With millions of parts available, it's never been easier to get the new or used parts you're so desperately needing. When I browse the eBay Motors app, you can type in the parts you're looking for and you'll get a full list of many options and you'll find what's right for you. With eBay Motors, you can shop with confidence. Shop with eBay. eBay surely is the solution to find everything you're looking for. And thank them for giving your boys at Pfispeed a shot. Let's make the Civic rip. So the first place we're gonna start is weight reduction and safety. All right, weight reduction begins.
Like that. That's moldy.
Steven Matthew, my son, has been knocking the interior out here, getting everything out, getting her ready to cut. But the Freedom Civic is gonna be a work of art. We're just getting her all tore down. Get this baby ready. All right, we got some dry ice. Now to get that floor cleaned up.
Our ribbon, put it over a square, hammer it from the bottom, and it breaks it loose. Then you can scoot the bag over.
Keep doing that until it is all gone.
Yeah, I mean, look at those big, decent sized chunks.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks so much better. Look who's here, Mario. What are you up to, Mario?
On this side, man, all the spot welds are like along this side.
So Mario said he wants to do the doors for us, so he's looking into that now. Gonna get some weight out of the door. My guy.
Yeah, we're just gonna try to do them just like the prelude.
Yeah, that'll be cool. So you're gonna trim around and then like a carbon fiber door panel is kind of what you're thinking?
Yeah, so mine I just made completely flat. So you kind of just take this hump down, and then you can just use this little mechanism to keep the mechanical lock. Put like a little tie on this, comes through the doors with wire, and then take all the bars,
Crash bars out.
spot welds, and
Get some more weight out of it. Even without the crash bars, we're perfectly protected because we're gonna have our diagonals from the cage, so we'll still be good with the whole safety aspect of it. But the door will be a whole lot lighter. Mario did it to his prelude, like he said. Took a bunch of weight out. Still got your pink shoes on.
yeah, dude.
just want to make sure I'm on the line. Josh, you want to check that real quick?
Go back this way a little bit.
Center of bend to center of bend and measure. This is where we check. So we put, it doesn't have to be exact, but it's got to be near it. You know what I'm saying? So we're sitting at 35 right. We needed, we were 35 down there.
Yep.
Or 35 up here. You gotta account for a little bit of leeway of where the tube's gonna sit up against here. So it'll put it out like here and here.
Yep.
The tube won't be all the way up in there, which would make the measurement longer.
Yep.
It'd be out here. So that's 35
Great.
inches.
And that's tucked
Right.
up. Sweet. Yeah.
And so then we measure, we're gonna take a measurement from here to here. So in this measurement, we'll write down 53 and a quarter, or 53 and a half. 53 and a half. Okay, 53 and a half. And then down here, we want the tube to sit right here. And right here. Okay. 5. So when we're getting too close to the end of the bend, we should be at this number in width from outside to outside. This is OD.
Yeah.
OD. And this is center of bend. Okay, so if we're not seeing these measurements, then we know we gotta bring it in that little bit more, but you don't have to go back and forth and keep measuring.
You know.
But those look about right.
Same.
For 31, and then to make 90 from 31. So whatever you have here plus this should equal that 90. To
31,
go from
59,
here to
and
there.
there's our 90.
To get flat up here versus
Yep.
where it starts the tube here. So let's just do 30 and 60.
30 and 60. All right. That's looking great.
It's like the most cluttered little spot in the shop too, right here.
So
It
we
happens,
took
man.
what we put into here, out of here, and we'll see how we sit in the end.
How wide is the car? 35 inches in the center.
So we're gonna stop there and
It's
just
49
check.
at the bottom.
And 50
And a half.
in the middle.
In the middle. Start moving it.
You get that out of the way if you need it.
Well, your glasses are thick enough. One, maybe.
Right, I need magnifying glasses.
Yeah.
Then I can like see
I
it.
think that starts to become a telescope with multiple lenses.
Yeah, let's go.
Our center of bend up top looks good.
Press the tab on and then you'll be the best.
We need to bore some holes in the floor.
Boring holes. All right, so we got the main hoop all done. We're gonna bore some holes in the floor and then get her set in.
5 more degrees to that one. And then we'll be
5 more degrees. Huh?
maybe 5 more up top.
Okay.
Maybe 2 and 2.
As long as she's tight. Me? Yeah.
Now these holes are tight, so it takes a little bit of. Where's the mallet?
Right there.
Give me that. See how wide we are?
Yep.
That a little bit too wide. The top is good.
All right, guys, with our new dashboards, we need to go ahead, get into Jamie's car, get the dash out, and start working on making this thing just a little bit lighter. So we're gonna go ahead and jump in there and do that, and try to knock this thing out. All right. Steven's working on getting the dash out of here, so we're giving him a hand real quick. A couple little spots to get around the cage, get that all out. And then we have this big metal beam here. And again, just trying to get some more weight out of Jamie's car.
Was a nice dash, Jamie.
Just about got her, looks like. You've opted just for the cutting method.
Yes.
There might be screws right there. Easy, that was a nice part. Dang, this is looking good. Steven's about got this dash out. He had to cut it right there to get that big chunk out, and then he's gonna have to cut it on that side to get that little chunk out. But from there, it's just the tube in the middle, and it looks like you'll have it out.
Yep.
And then when that's all out, we're actually gonna make a tube on Jamie's roll cage from here to that side for an added support and something to put his column to. We're talking about putting a couple columns, and both are little rides, so we'll see how that goes. Then you're over here messing with these. You just went through and cleaned all the injectors.
I cleaned the uppers so far. I still gotta do the lowers. The coolant pressure thing, you know, you really brought it up. We've been kind of pushing the limits on our radiator hoses.
Yeah.
So I got the dash 16 stuff. I've got my other radiator. So we'll pop this out, put the other radiator in, and do some hoses. You know, try and be a little safer.
Yeah.
You know, the coolant pressures we were seeing,
90.
that's not.
Yeah, I don't
gonna
think
suffice.
these hoses are rated for 90 pounds
Yeah.
of pressure, so.
Yeah. Get this engine back together. We got new O-rings in it, new gasket. I'm just doing the injectors and this while the head's out because it's easier. This short block is all done. We've got the other engine ready to wrap. So in this one has the low cash girdle and everything.
We'll try not to rip this one in half or nothing, so.
Yeah. Hopefully not. Just getting a bunch of spares together. Definitely gonna need them.
Yeah, hopefully not.
Hopefully not need them, but it's better to have them and
Yeah.
not use them.
Gotta bring bullets to the gun show.
Yeah.
I love shit. You say the greatest things.
All right, so Goofy's jumping at the bit, but we need to get the suspension all pulled off this thing. This cross member, all the control arms, all the spindles in the front and the back. We've got some different spindles going on in the back. We're gonna replace the hubs and everything else in here, and then we're gonna switch to a 92-5 Civic rear subframe. So we're gonna go ahead and get this all apart now and get this thing just a little bit lighter. So Goof is on it. He's been over here just waiting. Are you boys coming? Perfect. I'm getting the rear done now. And working on that. So get all this rear suspension dropped out of here. They're working on the front. And then I'll take it outside, pressure wash it, get all the junk out of it. It'll be an empty, naked shell. And then we can start the cage, which I got just about everything grinded inside. We got a little more cutting in some spots and grinding in some spots, but nothing big. So we'll get that done. And then the chassis will be ready to do the cage in. And then we can just start putting all the parts in it. And then it'll be a runner, and then we can go racing. So we're gonna hurry up and try to bust this thing out. All right, we got the rear suspension off. We got all the front suspension off. This thing is looking awesome. We got this little tab, and we got a couple little things to knock out of here. Clean up. I might take it outside real quick, give her a pressure wash, and then keep going. Get our used motor outside, get that all pressure washed up too. Figure we could beat them with a, just something that was laying around, so. Oh, why aren't you taking these ones?
We already did. It didn't come out.
Oh, that's because it's, you already got it. You already got it. Yeah, you kind of did it.
signal done. You just gotta beep, 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 beep. Take it to the outside.
You know how Michael Jackson said,
Take that to the outside. A lot of progress today. Yeah. It'll stay right there.
the Freedom Civic is down to nothing. It's got a master cylinder and some pedals in it. That's what's left. So we're gonna go ahead and get this thing rinsed off. I'm gonna clean up the bay and then bring her back in. And we should be good to go. Mario on the serious weight reduction here on the doors. Looking good, brother.
Thanks, man. We'll see
Crushing
how
it.
light they turn out.
Yeah.
'Cause that stuff so far doesn't weigh anything. It's the bars.
Yeah, it's the bars back and behind there. There's two of them. We'll get those out.
And we'll, like, hide
Try
it
to
all
save
nice.
some weight. And then, yeah, we'll have a little carbon panel that goes over it all. That's just the template. But that'll look cool. I'm stoked. It's awesome. We've got this thing all tore down, washed out. Just need to air blow it a little bit here, but it's looking good. All right, got half of that crash bar out already. It's looking good. A little weight out of it.
Gotta burn it out.
We'll keep plugging it away. Jamie's just about got the brother-in-law back together. It looks like you got the cylinder head on, the boost pipes on, the turbo kit back on.
Injectors cleaned and put back in.
You got yourself a new radiator, so messing with that.
Yep, so just picked up this Gato. We can just run the two
Yeah, make some new
hoses,
lines.
and make them out.
Should be good to go.
Yeah.
And then Steve got the dash out, so that's all good to go. All right, get some spot welds drilled out. Gonna pop these panels off. See if we can't get a little weight out of the hatch. Blam, blam. Blam. Just give her a little wiggle. Oh, yeah, you're good. All right. Stage one.
Some Honda engineers super sad about what he did to his
That's-
perfect bends.
That's great. All right. Got her all in there. Looks great. All right. Got the new Gato radiator in.
I've got these fittings here.
You built
I've got
some
the
lines.
fittings there. I just need the fittings. I just ordered them. The fittings on the radiator.
Perfect.
But they're 12 ORB to 16 AM.
Cool. That's looking good. Mario's cutting doors. Getting that.
We never got that last bar out of this door, so
Yeah.
he was going at bars. And I was like, hey, I got one.
All right. Set to go down to Florida. Do some hot rod.
One down.
One down.
One to go.
You good on the tent there?
Yeah, it's real tight.
But we are gearing up for Florida. That's why the Freedom Civic, we got to get it done, and we got to get it done now. Super excited to get it done though. It's gonna be a good one for myself.
This one holds it up, this one holds it back. That's what we got going.
Yep.
Alright. Good thinking. Lord knows I've been done it hard. Okay, those are beautiful.
You thought about doing here.
All right, so we got the top corners tacked up, halo in. So now I need to make some bars from here down to there. So I'm gonna go ahead and start getting that done. those made, tack those up, and then just continue to push on this cage. Shane came up with that. Thank you. I had my strap this way, which is how I've always done it, and then just second hand, but this is nice because it sucked it up. It's been a hot minute since I've done a cage, but I'm knocking it out. So we got Jamie here. He's gonna test fit the tube I just finished notching. Let's run around and check him out.
Heck yeah.
I got that coming down through there.
He was right.
So I could put it there. It would require a little more notching.
I kind of like it a little more over here. I feel like it pulls it closer to here.
That is.
But see, you got. So I'm trying to get that gap even. So right there is an even gap from top to bottom.
Yeah, I like it.
See the
Now, can you
gap
hold
through
it
here?
Can you hold the whole thing real quick so I can look at it from the front? All right, so we've got the main hoop in. That's tacked. He's got like one tack on each side on the halo. We just put one tack on the down bar on the passenger side. So you're just gonna get some more tacks on all this right now,
I'm gonna
right?
just tack everything up real quick and then make the other side and just keep rolling.
Yeah, might as well just solidify this stuff more because we're happy with all of it.
We are. Stoked
So.
about it.
All right, you setting up your next down bar?
Yep, the next downboard. So we measure 24 up because our bend's really at 22, but we're gonna leave 2 inches hanging below the floor. That gets cut off. And then we'll fold over, and then we'll fold up at the top. Good to go. Mount, so
Are we on little air compressor right now?
we're on big one, but it's shut off. The reason whatever's in the tank
Did it?
filled itself up and then shut off. But we're gonna do this. Straight there, and we're right. Everyone's all, angle finder this, angle finder that. And I'm gonna get right to that.
Rough around the edges. That's my boy.
It'll look beautiful when it's done.
Oh yeah.
And if it looks nice,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
Can we just lop that and then just play with
I still got the mark here. Just a little more. A little more. I think a little more because it's a little. I mean, it could work, but if we did a little more, it would be tighter. It'd be nicer. I mean, I could.
Let it kick back, and if we need to put the other pressure on.
Yeah, let's go for it. Cleaning them up, tack weld it. I think it looks great. It's still so open in here, even with the cage, you know? It doesn't seem like
it's really tucked.
it's worth that little bit of effort. You know?
Yep.
When the dash is in, it's gonna look so sick. Oof. I think they just don't know.
They don't know. They don't even know.
I don't even know.
Uh-oh.
Are you okay? All right, guys, so I got all the bottoms welded up. Now we gotta do the tops. So what I did is I just dropped the cage through the holes in the floor, which gives me access to all these tops right here. So I can bust those out, and then we can put this thing back up in there, and that's gonna look awesome. It's coming around real good, huh, Chach?
Yes, sir.
It's very good. I'm loving it. And Javi, he's over here putting a diff together. Didn't look like you were having much fun.
And they feed in a lot of casings, like
Yeah.
5, and I think so they make shorter just for fitting also.
Oh.
Probably I got the worst one.
Yeah, I think you did. Because he had a shim, you got to shim it like 1/4 of an inch or something.
More than a quarter, yeah.
More than 1/4 of an inch. It's crazy. Not thousands, inches. Quarter.
And with the tape measure, it's like an 1/4, but you know.
Yeah, there's that little bit. Yeah. Killer. All right, I got most of this done. Just at a stopping point for the night. I've still got to weld the floor plates, put in the crossbar here for the steering column, finish welding the parachute mount stuff back there, but it's really come along nice. The whole car, I combed it from front to rear, working on most of the weight reduction, and then making it rigid where it needs to be. So next we're gonna jump on suspension, and then once we're done with the suspension, we're gonna mount the engine. I'm gonna try to get this thing done pretty quickly for you guys. Been given this opportunity. I'm under a time crunch with Samantha leaving. I've got about a week and a half to get this thing knocked out. So that's my goal, is to get as far as I can and get it ready. And then once this is done and Jared's is done, we're gonna put the cars head to head. We're gonna meet up, we're gonna have a race, and we're gonna see what these things will do. I'm super stoked. It was nice to get that old cage out of here and put something legit in it. This car deserves it, you know? It's been around for a hot minute and deserves all the right goods. I had a good time putting this cage together. It's been a long time since I put a cage together. There's some oofs here and there, but you know what? It's character. I've got some character, so you know I dig it. I think it turned out really cool, and I'm pretty proud of it right now. I'm stoked. So I'm gonna try to go home. I'm gonna try to edit this up and then get back to the shop, get on the next step, and then just keep pushing and pushing and try to get this project all wrapped up and ready for the track. And again, I appreciate you guys watching. Just like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys all tomorrow.